So give me a second. Good evening and welcome to episode 8 of Corks Conversations. Tonight we have a very special guest, Laurence Andrew. How are you tonight?
I'm good. Hey, everybody. What's
I
going
just asked you that
on?
already. Right? So if you guys don't know, Lawrence is the owner and the brilliant mind behind Ratchet Luxury. And he is also the curator of an upcoming event that we have in Milwaukee, Beautiful People. So tonight we want to talk about both things. I want to talk about the business and how that correlates with the event that you have planned, and then what
Okay.
people can look forward to when they attend Beautiful People. So tell
Okay.
us more about Ratchet Luxury and how that got started.
Ratchet Luxury is just me. Like when
Right?
people ask, I really don't know how else to explain it. It was actually Ratchet Luxury was born out of the pandemic. It was an idea that I actually had like around 2014. I had a lot
Mhm.
going on, but I sat on the idea. And with the pandemic, everything just froze, like all of my projects. So what I wound up doing was thinking like, well, what can I do? So I was like, well, let me do a t-shirt. And so I was like, well, we still have the Ratchet Luxury idea. Let's do it and see if it works. And
Mhm.
here we are 4 years later.
I think that it's funny because like my last, I think 2 or 3 people that I've talked to all birthed ideas during the pandemic. And it's like when you think about COVID and um, how rough that time was for a lot of people actually were birthing babies because that's how I started making wine was during the pandemic too.
Really?
Like, yeah, I started making wine literally. I was sitting in the front room talking to Robin, and and I was like, I'm gonna make some wine. I think I'm gonna start making wine. And she was like, okay. I'm like, no, I'm serious. I think I'm gonna start a business. And then like in two
Huh.
weeks, I was ordering stuff and starting trying to make different blends and stuff. So I love to hear when someone else says that they birthed their babies during the pandemic
Yeah,
because normally,
it was that, like I said, it was during the pandemic. I had no idea. I was like, okay, well, we don't know what's going to happen with this. We don't necessarily know how long we're going to be locked down. Everybody is at
Mhm.
home in t-shirts anyway. So I was like, well, let's just put out a t-shirt. And my initial thought was, this should tide me over until all of this, it ends. And then I'll go back
Right.
to my regularly scheduled programming. And the universe was like, nah, nigga. Like, we got something else in store. Like, this is what we finna do. Like, watch this.
Listen. So you started making like custom shirts and during the
No,
pandemic or what?
it was never custom. It was just these were things that I've always had ideas to do. So like everything that you see on the shirts, this is like 10 years probably in the making. It's an idea I had and I just sat on it because I didn't necessarily know how to get it started. And like I said, I just had so much going on, like with my fashion business. And at the time, like living in Atlanta and I was doing my own brand and doing creative direction for another brand, I just didn't have time for it. So once I actually pulled the trigger on Ratchet Luxury, it was just like all steam ahead.
Okay. So that's pretty dope. So you lived in Atlanta
Hmm.
and you started, so you were multitasking between your Atlanta network and your Wisconsin network.
Yes.
How was that?
Chaotic. Do not recommend. Ghetto as hell.
Uh,
It was a lot
that's something
because
that's
I was doing creative direction for a brand. And so I was literally juggling two brands at the same time
that gotta be tough.
that each required the same amount of care and attention. And it was a lot. It was a lot
Jesus.
to handle. It's definitely something that I won't do again. especially being a creative when you have one brand that has like one direction and then another brand that has like a completely different direction. It's like a lot and it just pulls at you. So like when I see designers who design, you know, like for multiple brands, you know, like for instance, like Karl Lagerfeld, you know, like he was doing like Chanel and he was doing Fendi and his own brand. I take my hat off to you because that takes a lot.
It takes a lot, like to even give your brain, your business its full capacity when you have to also think about someone else's business. I literally just like, I'm going to take a break from doing the winemaking classes because I want to, one, still be present for my student, like the people who have already taken the class and that are out there in the field. And then two, I want to be present for my business. Then three, I need to dial back some, you know, like I can't be everything to everybody all the time.
Yeah,
and I'm
you can't be everything to everybody, and you know it's only one you.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of people, because I used to say I was the type of person I would say yes to everything. Because I, you know, very much being a people pleaser, and you don't want to disappoint anybody. And now people are like, oh, well, can you do it? I'm just like, no, baby, I can't do it. I ain't got the capacity.
Listen, no was my word.
No, I'm working on this right now, and I can't take anything else on.
Yeah, saying no and having boundaries definitely is like the thing. That's the theme of my year, for sure. Because I am definitely a people pleaser. Like I will go bend over backwards and know that I'm already stretched thin, and then still making 25 unnecessary moves for people that I do not need to make.
Man, I've gotten so good at it. I had a girlfriend ask me to commit to something next year. And I was like, well, you know what? I was like, I think I'd be able to do that. She said, well, let me lock this shit in now. She said, because I can't remember the last time I heard you say yeah. So let me go ahead and lock this in. Let me go try these plans now. I was like, girl, you better give me that date, put it on the calendar.
Listen, so when you're doing or when you're with your business, it's just you?
It is just me.
Okay.
And it's like I do have a partner, but as far as the creative and all of that, it is me. And when I do too much, then I hear from my partners like, "What are you? Hey." That's when they emerge from the shadows when I get to doing too much. You know, and the money starts looking a little funny. It's like, excuse me.
I get it.
Yeah. So, like I said, shout out to Reggie.
On a day-to-day basis, so what does a day-to-day look like for you?
Oh my goodness. I try to take the early part of my day to dedicate, you know, like to emails. If I have anything that needs to be fulfilled, it will be handled like in the first half of the day. I like to get to the post office, UPS, however I'm shipping, as early as possible. I like to have all of that done by noon. And then typically from like noon until 5, and then, you know, like it flows. Anytime after that, I'm pretty much designing and brainstorming.
Do you do all of your marketing and like rollouts and everything too?
All of my marketing, all of my rollouts, all of my promo videos that you see, like for the brand, like I do everything. I know I should probably start delegating some of those responsibilities, but it's very hard for me to, because I know how my mind works and I can convey something to you, but I don't necessarily know if the end result will be exactly what I'm looking for. So I just have to learn how to delegate, and, you know, because I'm terrible at it.
Horrible. Delegating is the hardest thing when you're an entrepreneur, because it's at the end of the day, like this is your baby and nobody's gonna do your baby.
Yeah, like nobody's gonna handle it like you do.
No. Even if you paying them top dollar, that does not matter. And I think that especially with the society that we live in right now, like people, the work ethic is it's gone.
And
It's
see,
gone.
for me, it's
Like
not
on
even
for
necessarily
the
a
most part.
work ethic. It's just vision. The way it's just as far as vision is concerned. I'm just the type of person. I have a very, I don't know. I see it a certain way, and if I explain it to you, and then it's like you bring it back, and I'm like, nah, chief, that ain't hitting. Like, thank you, boo. You know, like keep your deposit and all of that. Don't worry about it. But I'm gonna handle it right here. Like, that's just how I am, and I need to stop being like that.
So for your 2024 vision, where do you see yourself like with the year ending for Ratchet Luxury?
A fully realized vision. Like I said, this started with a t-shirt. But as it grew, there were so many other things that I've always wanted to do that just kind of compounded with the vision that I see for Ratchet Luxury. And one of those things is fleshing Ratchet Luxury out into a full-fledged lifestyle brand.
Okay.
So that is where we are headed now. So like I launched a home fragrance in January. Our second home fragrance will be available mid-May.
Okay.
And so we're just like expounding upon that, and just like events that just align with the brand, just to provide like a full experience of what it is to embody Ratchet Luxury.
Gotcha. So with your dinner that's coming up, Beautiful People,
Mm-hmm.
you said that you're basically incorporating the Ratchet Luxury lifestyle and then into events as well.
Yes.
What was, or what gave you that vision to start to even think to plan an event? I love the theme. When I saw the theme and said Beautiful People, I like that a lot.
This is just what I've always done. I love to entertain. That's just always been my thing. I didn't necessarily know that it was something that I can incorporate into my business. I just never realized that. I thought that was something I enjoyed personally. But I would have like birthday parties and stuff like that, and people would just come and would be like, "Well, when are you doing something else?" I'm like, "Well, girl, we really don't have a reason to, but I think of something." So. And you remember how they used to have the white parties every year in the summer?
Yes.
So I hosted like a pregame at my apartment. I was living downtown at the time. And I had done like food, and I had made like a little signature cocktail. When I tell you, we almost forgot to go to the white party, and we did not get there until 10 o'clock. And it's just like things like that always happen. So I had the idea to have a customer appreciation for my most loyal customers and supporters over the summer, and we did a picnic at Lake Park called The Layout. And everybody designed pretty much like their own areas, and it was just a huge hit. And everybody was like, "This is something that we have to do annually." And one of my friends pulled me to the side, and she said, "You know what?" She said, "You are really good at this. Like, you need to try to figure out how to incorporate events into the landscape of Ratchet Luxury."
Yeah.
So I was just thinking. So I just thought we brainstormed. Tried to do. I did a day party, but what I realized is, I'm very much laid back. I'm chill. I'm not turn up, loud music, 1,000 people in the club kind of girl. That ain't me.
No.
I like experience. I like something that's very chill. And so I just started fleshing out the idea for the dinner party. Again, it was something I always wanted to do. Something I do, like personally amongst like my friend circle. But then I just decided to open it to the public to see what would happen. And this thing has grown like legs of its own and started running before it got walking.
Right. I saw that, and I saw that you had to reopen up your ticket sales
I did.
and add some.
And I opened the ticket sales, and like within a half hour, it was done.
They was done.
It's done. So like, if you want, like, we're working on the next one as we speak. But baby, you can't come on May 18th. If you ain't got no ticket, honey, you can't come. I'm sorry. I love you down the house boots. But we will see you sometime like late summer for the next one.
Love you, but you can't get in.
No, baby, you know you can't come. That's why I'm glad we have yet to disclose the location, honey, because don't show up because you can't come
in. So is there like a I know the theme, of course, is beautiful people, but like, is there a dress theme? What is the looks that you want to see?
I told everybody to come casual yet camera ready. Because for me, it's not necessarily about fashion. For me, it is about connection. I associate in so many different circles, and I know so many people who I feel like would benefit from relationship with each other, but they'll never cross paths because they don't, they're not a part of the same circle. So the main objective of this is just to take people who are like-minded, who have similar things going on, and just having it so that they can connect organically.
I like that. And networking is so key. And my whole thing is, and I hate
a networking event. Like, girl, don't tell me you having a networking event. I'm not putting no name tag on all that. Oh, what do you do? All that, girl. I hate that pretentious shit. My whole thing is everybody together over a table with some bomb-ass food, some bomb-ass cocktails with our hair down, so we can really get to know the real of each other.
Right. Genuinely network with each other. Yeah, I don't like big networking events as far as like going around and everybody's passing out business cards, because a lot of the times you're connecting with people just because y'all there. Like, here's my business card, here's yours, and a lot of times people don't follow up.
And there's never any real follow-up.
No real follow-up. Like, you have to follow up when you're taking people's business cards. If you're at an event on Thursday or Friday, and by that next Monday, you should have already emailed them. So, at least to just say, hey, I'm Sonteria. I was at this event. It was a pleasure meeting you. This is my business. Here's my website. A lot of times people just throw those business cards. They either be in the bottom of their purse, or they never even left the event. They be in their pockets, suit pockets and stuff. So following up is really important.
And then another major component of it was people are always, I cook and I'm always, and I post stuff, and people are always like, oh, well, when can I eat? I want to come eat, and I'm just like, girl, well, I don't really know you like that. You can't come to the crib and eat, girl, but I tell you what, I'm going to do this.
I was staring your bacon down you posted today.
Oh, okay. Listen, I just needed something quick because I knew I had to do this.
Listen, I was actually in Milwaukee because I live out in Kenosha, and I had a convention for work to go to, and I was scrolling on Facebook like I shouldn't have been. And I was like, "Ooh, that looked good. Is that an omelet?" I was so hungry.
It was a veggie omelet and some bacon.
I said, I need that. I just need something to touch my soul before I get on this call tonight.
But like I said, I love to cook. So basically, what I did was I put together a New Orleans inspired menu.
Oh.
So
what is that gonna look like?
Okay, so so we have, like a Cajun grilled chicken. I have a seafood macaroni that I am infamous for, which includes shrimp, lobster, and crawfish. Jambalaya, red beans and rice. What else do I have? Oh, I do like a street corn Caesar salad that is fire. That's gonna be there. You said what?
It's a Caesar salad?
Mm-hmm. It's a Caesar salad, but then I infuse like the elements of elote in it. fire.
Okay.
So I have that.
Some of
And
that.
for dessert, I am doing a brown butter whiskey chocolate chip cookie and a bananas Foster banana pudding.
Okay. I got the funky face because I'm gonna miss it. I'm mad.
But like I said, I'm definitely gonna do it again in August. Like that's what we're looking at. We're looking at an August date.
I saw when you said it to me, I was like, okay. I saw the date. I said, hey.
Yes, but
No,
like
but
I
yeah,
said,
I'm super excited.
I'm just really excited for people just to partake in everything, and very excited for everybody to be able to try, like to have tranquil blends with their meal. I'm just very excited. I feel like the evening is going to be very magical because everybody is excited to come.
I think so too. I think that it's going to be an amazing event, and events like this are so needed. You teach people, like, you put people into rooms that they need to be in that they didn't know they needed to be in. You give them a little bubbly, you fill their tummies up with some good food, and then you just let you let it all marinate and mix up together.
Exactly. And then like the connections just happen organically. Like even from the picnic, and I see people interacting. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know y'all were friends. I'm like, oh, well, I didn't know her until, like we were together at the picnic, and that's my girl now. And I'm like, oh, okay, period.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, that's the main part of this, is just connecting and just creating events that have the vibe of what the aesthetic of my brand is, which is, growing up with specific aspects of the culture and appreciating an elevated luxury experience as well.
I agree. And are you going to have like vendors there, or is it just going to be solely for the purpose of networking, mingling, good food, good wine? Do you have
Good
extra,
food,
like,
good wine.
vending?
It's just basically good food, good wine, good company. People establishing connection, friendships, business relationships, whatever the case may be. I don't know. I just feel like we don't really have. I feel like, and this is just my opinion, but I feel like a lot of the events that happen here are the same.
Yeah.
And I feel like in a lot of ways, Milwaukee can be very formulaic. It's like something works well for one person, and then everybody just kind of says, okay, well, that lane works.
That works for that person.
My version of that.
Exactly. That is.
And, living in other cities and traveling frequently, you just see so many different things. And everything doesn't necessarily have to be like this big bring the city out type of thing. You can do smaller events that have, like very unique themes and that are more personalized and, still fulfill a need, like in the marketplace.
That's true. And if like budgeting and all that stuff, like you can have an event that only has 10, 20 people there and still hit your quota. But you can also be an event with 200 people and make no money. Right. Because people are there for the wrong. Because a lot of times at those a lot of events, people come to. Child, I told you she was gonna do it. I told you she was gonna do it. I told you. But you can have like these big events and you go to them and nobody really is there for the purpose of support. Now, this is what I'll say that I noticed. I just did an event in Madison, and the culture between the people and the Black community in Madison took my breath away.
Really?
Everybody was there to spend Black dollars. And they made it very, I went to an event. I did an event with LaTanya Jackson. She is the founder of Waiting to Excel. She had a big like networking market where it was just a bunch of vendors. They had speakers. They had all this different stuff. Yeah, Brittany. My friend Brittany said Santana wants her feature always. This is what she called my daughter. She gonna show out every time, child. She's gonna show out every time.
I love it.
She said, "Put me on." But it was so amazing because people were like, everyone was walking around talking to each other, supporting. Like I've gained a real clientele off of that one event in Madison, and they want me to do more events, and they're posting my wine all the time, and telling other people about my wine. Like it was just an overwhelming feeling of being welcomed in
First
a
of all, let's
community.
talk about how
And
you
I was
popping out here in these spirit streets. Let's talk about that. Because when I was like, you know what, I would love to feature a brand that is I would love to feature like a black owned brand. And I didn't even know that there were like local black owned spirit brands. So I put it out there, and everybody just kept saying Tranquil Blends, Tranquil Blends. And so I was like, oh, well, clearly this is who I need to hit up. And so I talked to somebody else, and I was like, have you ever had it? And then first thing they said was, oh my God, you gotta have a green apple wine. And I was so I was like, okay. And it was even to the point when I was saying, like, oh, well, she's going to, like sponsor the event. She's going to be one of the sponsors. And everybody was just like, oh my God, I'm definitely coming. And I'm like, okay. So I'm very excited.
No, yeah, and I'm excited. Listen, I have been working my ass off this year.
Listen,
and
it shows.
I said because I moved home from Texas. I went to Houston, and I loved Houston. I did great in Houston, but I just knew home was home, and I like I'm gonna go home. And I was like, if I go home, I'm about to go. The business gotta go up. Like it gotta go up because I had already had, like I said, I've been in business 4 years now. And I was like, year 4 is like expansion. I'm gonna go crazy. Like I'm gonna go crazy. I'm every week events, out here marketing, networking. I always follow up with my customers. And I feel like I take care of my clientele. Like even if it's something like a broken bottle or something, I'm always making sure that the customers are first. And I'll replace your bottle. If something happens, I've replaced bottles. I'm like, oh, they're like, oh, really? I just want to let you know. Like, oh no, I'm gonna replace it. Now, that don't mean that y'all start lying now.
What you say?
Yeah, I have it. Don't get the line now. But customer service is everything, and customer service builds your clientele, and it makes people speak for you.
Absolutely.
I talk about that so much. Like being good to your clients, it takes you so far. And presentation is everything too. How you present your product to people, even down to the bags. Like you got to make sure that you're giving somebody an experience. I think that Ratchet Luxury is an experience, and I think Beautiful People is going to be an experience because you have a focus on it being exactly what it needs to be, and you're sticking to that. You're not doing like all the stuff that you would normally see at events these days, where it's
like I said, this is no shade to anybody, but I didn't just want to stick a whole bunch of people in the room all wearing one color. That was just, I did not want to do that. And what I'm really excited about, people, like they know they're gonna come and they're gonna eat good, and we're gonna have, like wine, have cocktails and all of that. But there's just like so many other like little personal touches that I have pulled in to just like really create an experience for my guests that they have no idea about. And that is what really excites me, just for people to capture that element of surprise that people have no idea that it's about to occur.
Listen, I'm excited for it. I cannot wait to see it. I really hate that I will be out of town, but I'll be there in spirits. Literally. Literally in spirits. I will be there with you guys. I hope that everyone finds a blend that they like, because I'm gonna probably do. I think I told you I was gonna do a couple different ones. I know that you really want to try the framboise,
Yes,
and
yes.
that one is hidden right now. That's my thing. That's my thing.
I
I ain't
cannot
tearing it
wait.
up yet. I
I
ain't gonna
was
have
like,
nothing
oh
for
my
y'all.
God. I was like, it's sparkly and all the, I was like, yes. I was like, that's my vibe. And and I love a rosé. I was like, yes.
I love a rosé. I have this Chardonnay I just made too, and it has the sparkles in it.
Oh, hold on. Let me take these. Oh, I live.
And that's a sparkling Chardonnay. I ain't gonna put no more sparkles on nothing else though. I don't want to get too sparkly out here.
But yeah,
No, but I think it's gonna be
I'm
I think it's gonna
I'm
be a
just
great
very
event. I'm
excited
excited.
to see like how everything like pans out. I just can't wait for the guests. Even like with the location, like nobody knows anything about the location yet.
Yeah, I noticed that the location isn't listed. I was like, where's it at?
No,
No,
no.
you're not telling them.
I'm not
You don't
telling
want
them.
people. You don't want people outside.
It's not that even that I don't want people outside. It's just such a dope location that like I said, it's all that element of surprise.
I like that.
It's just such a dope location. Like I said, the whole experience is just going to be a vibe, and I just cannot wait for people to see. And my thing is, even as it grows, I want to keep it small. I don't want it to be something where I have like 150 and 200 people, you know, at a dinner.
You want to keep it intimate.
That's not the goal. I want to keep it intimate. That way I can, like continue to create, like these personalized experiences that bring my guests in and just make them feel like they're a part of it too. Not that they're just attending an event, but like it's their event as well.
Okay. So are you going to stick to doing, probably not, but is it always going to be like a dinner-based event?
Yes.
Or do you see yourself doing like,
we'll veer off here and there, but like a dinner party is my thing.
A dinner party is a vibe.
It is. I love a dinner party. And so we're going to stick with that. Like I said, there will be various things, but at its core, the dinner party will always be its core. No matter, like if we do like something themed, like we're going to follow the same model for the one that we have in August. But in August, we're doing a sunset barbecue in August.
My birthday in August, so I will be there.
Let me know the day. Because, listen, we said we have a couple birthdays at the Beautiful Dinner People in May, and we turns up for the birthdays, and we got like something special.
My birthday is the 26th. Yeah, my birthday is the 26th, and I'm trying to plan a trip somewhere.
Oh, you
I really want to go to Napa.
Dinner probably like around like the 10th, 15th, like somewhere in there.
Oh, yeah. We celebrating all month.
Oh,
you only turn 35. You only turn any age once, but you only turn 35 once.
Right. Like I was telling you earlier, like 35 is a milestone year. But then I want to branch off.
I want to
like different themes with it. Like I know after we do the sunset barbecue, I want to get all of the fashion creatives in the city. All of the boutique owners, all of the designers, and I would love for us to all sit at a table and break bread. I feel like some amazing things.
I love that.
So that is going to be the third installment.
Okay. I think that would be a good idea. And then you can do like, if you did that with all of the people in alcohol and food industry that
and that is my plan.
Have them at a table. Yeah, I love that. I love that. I think that's smart because we're better together than apart. And a lot of times it really just takes having those type of conversations and getting knowledge from and creating relationships, because we don't know everything, no matter how vetted you are in business. Mm-hmm. Like me, I know more than most people when it comes to wine. But I don't know everything. And I have a mentor. She has a vineyard in Georgia, and she took me under her wing so quickly. And in one phone call, she solved one of my biggest issues that I had been fighting down. One phone call. But if I was too big headed and thought that, oh, I just know everything, I know everything, I got this, I would still be facing one of my biggest issues right now.
One of my mentors, she's actually in the spirits industry as well. And she just launched her own wine brand not too long ago. But she mentors me like in the fashion space. And I'm the type of person, when I have an idea, I work on it right away. And it's like, boom, it's on the site the next day. Like, have at it, y'all. And I had so much stuff on my website. And so we were having a session, and she said, you know what, I've been on your website. She was like, it's some really good stuff out there. I'm not going to lie. She said, but you need to pare down, pick what you like, and just keep it streamlined. She said, it's too much shit on this website.
Yeah.
And you need to clear it off. She said, because I'm overwhelmed. She said, there's just so much. I'm overwhelmed. And after I go through so many pages, then I check out and I move on. And she was right. So what I did was, I compact all my ideas, put them into collections, and I only drop one, maybe like every 6 weeks. 6 weeks passes, we pull the collection, and then another one comes.
I like that. I like that a lot because, like, for me, I was about to drop 4 sparkling wines. I was like, "You doing too much?" Like, because
I get it.
I'm like, I went from having 3 wines to 5 wines to 7. I said, "Girl, you're doing too much. Hold on." Like, because it's a lot that comes with that. Licensing, labeling, they told me I had to take fine piece in the bottle off my bottles because it's misleading.
Oh.
I said, well, excuse me, bitch. Excuse me, bitch.
What you say? But we really like that.
I was like, there's literally a Riesling called Relax.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's literally a reason, but my bottles can't say fine piece in the bottle. They've been said that. But well, okay, girl. Okay.
But
so I'm like, but that helped with you saying that with like having too much product. It's a lot that comes with like you have so many ideas, and when you're a creative mind, you just sometimes it's just going like, oh, I can do this, I can do that. I know I wake up sometimes, I'm like, I'm gonna make a plum wine just randomly, like
yeah, that's me.
Wake up or something.
You get up in the middle of the night, you go to the bathroom, and then you're just like, "Ooh, that would look good in this color. Let me." The next thing you know, I'm like at my work table and creating the mock-up.
So just having so much, I'm like, I have too many blends right now. Like I need to focus, and it's crazy because all of my blends sell out, but I think it's because I have something for everybody. And that's my new slogan. I got something for everybody.
That's true though, because you have like the dry, you have like a lot of fruit-based wines that people like really indulge in. The rosé.
I'm gonna just stick to I'm gonna stick to my perfect 7, and I'm gonna work with what I got because it works for me right now. But I don't know if I'm gonna be adding another wine anytime soon.
Listen,
after this labeling process,
I trust me, I get it. Once I drop like spring, summer, that is it. I'll drop my spring, summer like late May, early June, and then that is that. Y'all have at that until August, until fall drops.
Exactly. Have at it. Y'all have to have at it. I have at it for now, and then I'll focus on what's coming next. And it probably won't be another wine, but it'll be something else. But I think that's dope, though. How long did it take you to or how did you decide what you were going to take off your website?
Basically, what I did was I pretty much went through and selected everything that didn't necessarily align with what I initially set out for Ratchet Luxury. And I had kind of gotten into a space where I was doing like a lot of slogan t-shirts and things like that, and it wasn't really aligning with the core values of the brand. My thing is, even though the brand is called Ratchet Luxury, it's heavy on the luxury. And I felt like I wasn't reflecting that. So basically everything I felt that didn't align with the aesthetic of what I want, what I know Ratchet Luxury to be, I just got rid of it.
Okay. So did you do like a sale or
Oh
with
yeah,
your
I did a
inventory?
sale. I was like,
did a sale?
yes, all of this stuff, like 40-50% off. Get all these shirts because once they're gone, they're not coming back.
Gotcha. Okay. I was like, okay, did you have like live inventory you had to get rid of too?
Oh yeah, I had a lot of inventory because I was doing like pop-ups like crazy all summer. And, you know, you just have like all this leftover inventory. And so I was even selling shirts like in bundles, like, you know, 5, you know, just putting like mystery boxes together,
We
like,
for 15.
like getting rid of all of that stuff. Because in getting rid of everything came like a rebrand, even with how we promote our items, like promo videos that we put out, you know, just really, I just wanted to really just streamline and reskill the direction to what I initially intended for it to be.
Do you have a location?
Nope. I am
Where you keep all your
debating on
inventory?
I'm debating on a location. And the only reason, because I
feel you,
know
friend.
that I am not going to stay in Milwaukee.
Mhm.
So I don't want to get something established here and then I move and have to, you know, go through all of that, finding somebody to work at the location when I'm away. So I'm just waiting to see what happens.
Would you think, or would you consider moving on like the outskirts of Milwaukee? Or you want to leave?
No, I'm like moving to another state.
Listen, I've been back and forth in debate about that. Like, because my initial plan was like, I'm gonna graduate, then I'm gonna go move somewhere else to buy a house. And I was like, now I'm like, well, really don't mind. I don't know. This last year is some change living in Kenosha kind of done changed my mind about moving from Milwaukee. So I was like, I've been telling people like, maybe I just need to try to move outside of Milwaukee because all we do is come home and talk to our friends from Milwaukee. All we do is move out of state, still talk to Milwaukee the whole time, and include ourselves in Milwaukee business out of state. All we do is leave Milwaukee, talk to everybody from Milwaukee every day,
but
include ourselves in every Milwaukee conversation.
My decision in leaving, you know, my family is here, my parents are here, some of my best friends are here, but ultimately, like, what I am discovering is that the aesthetic is not necessarily resonating locally. So it does well other places, but locally not so much. And like I remember I went to Los Angeles for my birthday last year and I wore one of my shirts to a day party. And I was just walking around. And you know when I left that party at 9 o'clock, I had paid over $2,000.
I know that's right.
Literally just walking around and people being like, where did you get that shirt from? And I'm like, oh, it's my brand, Ratchet Luxury. And they're like, well, what's your website? And then I give them the website. And they're like, oh, I'm going to check you out. The next thing you know, shop. And you're like, oh, she actually bought a couple pieces. And it happened all night.
That is one of the things that I hate about home sometimes.
And the thing about it is,
I'm trying to keep it cute, but I hate that about home sometimes. I do. I hate. That's one of the things I really hate about home. It's like people want to wait until you like already here to be supportive to you. You know, like you see me grinding. You see the grind.
Right.
You know that I have this business, you know.
And I won't necessarily say that I just don't have any support at home.
No, I think you have a good support system. But it could be, you know, it always could be better. We
Yeah.
always gonna have, there's never enough support when it comes to, especially like your hometown people, how many friends you have, people, associates, and all that stuff. And it doesn't mean necessarily like monetary. Like you could be resharing, tuning in, posting, like anything can be a level of support that can take it to the next level, or even just mentioning people's names in rooms that they not in. Like that stuff is important too. And we shouldn't have to move away to thrive. We should be able to thrive in our communities because people wear clothes, people drink liquor, people do, like we all do those things, like they do. It's things that happens every day. So, like I said, when I went to Madison, it was kind of like what the hell? Like I was like, because I wasn't expecting it to be what it was. And when I say they cleared my table, I didn't have enough wine for them.
Wow.
And I came with over 50 bottles.
Oh.
And I'm not gonna say it like I don't sell out. I do sell out events all the time. Like that's one of my blessings. But I had never been to anything in Madison for me to like have that type of crowd. Like, they go and walking around telling people, she got wine over there, she got wine over there.
Yeah.
So, and then it wasn't just my table. Like I seen everybody supporting everybody at that event. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. It made you want to walk around and spend some money too. Like, oh, I got to make sure that I'm doing the same thing. And I just wish that we could do that more in our communities. Like here, like I wanted that energy and that presence to be pulled more in to Milwaukee.
I would love, and while I love collaboration and doing things together, one thing I notice is, especially like in the fashion space in other cities, I would love to see designers do things solo. Because I feel like when you do something like solo, you can, whether it be like a presentation or a pop-up, you pour so much of your identity into it, and your customer really gets a feel for your aesthetic and who you are, and really get a true understanding of your brand story. Don't get me wrong, it's great, like to do pop-ups and you have like 20 and 30 vendors, but at the same time, everybody is so overwhelmed because they don't necessarily know who to shop with.
Right. So you mean like just a one-person show, basically?
Yeah, like if you maybe do like a one-person event, and it doesn't even have to be like this big grand thing. If you're a designer, I say maybe get like 5 or 6 models, dress them up, like have everybody come, like have cocktails, everybody come see the designs, you take orders, you have your vibe set, and just let that be that. And it's so effective.
You know what I would love to see come back? Hair shows. I used to love seeing hair shows. Like, I want to see hair shows come back. I want somebody to do a hair show in Milwaukee. I want to have, like, I would like to see like a whole, like, series of like things that we used to do back in the day, but for our age now. Like, I think that would be so dope. But hair shows is something I always want to see. I think that especially with like, it needs to be a vibe. And how hair has evolved. I would love to see a hair show in Milwaukee. I would love it.
I would definitely love to see it, especially like with all of the new blood that's out there, like all these young stylists. I know they would turn it. I would love to see that.
Listen, I would love to see a hair show. I think somebody should plan one. Somebody needs to plan one, and I think that would be super dope. And then I miss like the old school things, like you was talking about the white party. The white party used to be the thing, like the black.
It was definitely a vibe. It was a vibe, but listen, I got PTSD from the white parties because listen, I would be like 30, 40 dresses for the white party. And then I show up exhausted.
Not PTSD.
Yes, like oh my goodness. Like they would drop that date and my phone and my DMs would just start going crazy. Like, you got me right. Yeah, but like I said,
The white party,
it was definitely a good time.
the black party used to be. I think I like the black party more than I did the white party. I don't know why. I don't have like a real rhyme or reason.
But it's very interesting because the black party is actually how, because I was designing stuff and I was trying to get clients and nobody was really messing with me. It was like, oh, okay, you know, you do your little 1 2 1 2. And I was living in Atlanta. And my sister, my one of my best friends, my sister, she asked me to make her dress. And so I made the dress, and it was Thanksgiving. I never forget, it was Thanksgiving weekend, 2011. So I come back here, she tries the dress on, I get a fight about it because she like, I can't wear this. I said, oh yes, you have to. And then we argued about whether or not she was gonna wear panties with it or not. I lost that battle. And she went. She got to the party, and at the end, it was like all everybody could talk about. And when I put the pictures of her in it on my social media, it just catapulted. Even like people in Atlanta started to take notice, and that's when I started doing like a lot of work in Atlanta. So yeah, like that one dress is kind of like what catapulted me to a place where I started working with like celebrities and people with high profiles and things like that.
Okay. Listen, I mean, I've always seen your dress. Like I said, we was just talking about that. I'm like, oh, well, what are your dresses before? I'm gonna find those pictures tonight and send them to you because that dress was so beautiful. It was so beautiful.
And I love that. Like there are some people who come to me and like I'm a part of like such huge milestones in people's lives, like their weddings and you know, their kids' proms, and I have like women who are like grown now. It's like, oh my God, you made my prom dress. And then, like I just think that is so cool.
That is cool, and that's a big. I think, especially with like specific dresses, like for proms, weddings, stuff like that. Those are pivotal days in your life, and then like the dress matters. Like how you look and feel is everything on those days. I remember my prom dress. I was always.
I would have to say like one of the sacred things I've ever done. I had a client who, I mean, she came to me for everything, and unfortunately, she lost the battle of cancer.
Oh.
And her husband brought me one of the gowns I made her to altar to wear for her burial.
That's beautiful.
And I was like, wow, the fact that somebody would take so much of something that I've made. To want to, you know, let that be the thing that they see their partner in for the last time. Like that was
because it probably was something that it probably was a dress that she raved about, and that she was really like she felt good, looked good in. Like that's so important with women, especially because we all have like different body types and stuff like that. Like finding the right outfit that fits you, that makes you feel sexy and comfortable is so important, because I'm not gonna be at my best if I'm thinking my fupa is throbbing. you know, like, I'm not gonna be at my best. Like I'm gonna be distracted. I'm gonna be like, oh my God.
But yeah, I tell people all the time that this work is so much more than just, you know, like dressing people and making them look pretty. So I do so many people who I have encountered just off of them coming to me for a piece. A lot of them have become family to me. And you know, like I say, it's such a beautiful experience. It could be nerve-wracking at times, don't get me wrong, but I definitely would not trade my career for anything. I absolutely love what I do.
Absolutely, and you're passionate about it, and you know, you make artwork. Simple. You make artwork for people. And
absolutely.
Are you doing prom season right now or no?
Oh no, baby, I'm retired from that. No, ma'am.
You sound like my cousin. My cousin is a designer in Atlanta,
Okay.
and he refuses.
What's your cousin's
He
name? I probably
refuses.
know.
Vershawn.
That's my baby. I
That's
love him.
That's my cousin, like first cousins.
Oh wow. Yeah, prom. No, like these new young girls, they are a different animal.
Listen, he is traumatized.
Baby.
I'm like, you doing prom? He said.
Listen, I would take a bride before I take a
prom.
teenage girl for prom.
The mamas, all of them, child.
Oh my God. Then you got the mamas trying to live through the daughters because the mamas was pregnant with the daughters when they were supposed to be at prom.
That was my mama. I didn't want to go to prom.
You said what?
That was my mama. I didn't want to go to prom. That was my mama. She's like,
you
going to prom? I didn't get
and
to
then
go
they
to prom.
text you at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Checking on progress and talking about my mama don't get off work till 10 o'clock and we want to see if the shoe works. Can we come over at 10:30 when my mama get off work to bring the shoe over to see if it works with the gown? I don't miss that aspect of the business at all.
I couldn't do it.
If I do prom, it's like usually like it's like a family member.
I feel like prom, like, yeah, the girls, they look good, but it seems to look all the same. Like it's like a good 7 dresses, and then they just remix the 7.
And that was another reason why I stopped, because it's the girls, don't really allow you to be creative as a designer. It's like they all want the same, like you said, the same 7 styles. And while the designers who are working on them are beautiful, I just think, there's no originality when it comes to prom anymore. It's like there's a formula, there's these types of dresses that are available, and we just don't stick with them.
It's the boys stepping on the dresses for me.
Oh my God.
I can't. Every time I see it, I just get a headache. I'm like, oh my God, why is he standing on her dress?
Hey, you walking around
standing on her dress? Get off her dress. I know I'm getting old because I know the stuff like that. What that dress?
No, oh my God, that used to be such a nightmare for me. And it's just like you spent all that work. You done did all that work, and then you just gonna stand on it. It's like you maneuver and you shift the dress out of the way.
You shift the dress out the way.
You move the train off to the side and fan it out. That way he can stand directly next to her.
You don't put your size 12s on nobody's dress.
Oh my goodness! Oh my God! It is such a yes. No prom for me. Not anymore.
No prom. You ain't wrong. I understand. Like I said, I know a couple of designers that have said the same thing. Like, we don't do prom. We don't do prom.
I leave that to the young babies who are, like in the game. I leave that to them.
Listen, so it is almost time for us to head out. What do you want to tell people before you leave tonight? So fun talking to you.
This was fun.
I'm excited. I'm excited for your event, and I swear, I wish that I was going to be there.
It's okay. Like I said, it's okay. We're gonna do it.
I'm going to be in New York. Robin is turning a big 4-0, so
oh yeah,
we're going to be in New York. So we're going to New York.
That's always a good time.
This is my first time.
Just tell everybody, just to follow me on social media. Laurence Andrew here on Facebook. Ratchet Luxury Shop on Instagram. RatchetLuxuryShop.com is the website. You can go see all of the things right now wearing our Black is Luxury. That's like one of our most popular sellers. So yeah, that's where you can find all things Ratchet Luxury. RatchetLuxuryShop.com.
Okay, and we really can't tell you guys, we can promote the event because Beautiful People is going to be a great event, but it's sold out already. So
it is.
Everybody who's going to be there is already going to be there. There's no more tickets available. Unfortunately, we're sorry about that. But stay tuned for more events because you have one coming up in August. So
Mhm.
make sure you guys get your tickets on time so that you can be there to experience it.
Yes, because like I
And
said, it's a
then,
very intimate space. We typically like to do 30 to 35 tickets max. And
mhm,
once we hit those capacities, that's it.
that's it. It's over. So this event, we can't really tell you guys like, get your tickets online because they're already gone. And he added 5 extra tickets, and those are gone too, which is a good thing. It's
It's
a
a
good
great
thing.
thing.
No.
It's very
It's a good
exciting.
thing, though. It's a good thing. It's good that you're sold out, but it's not good for people who,
But
waited till
like
the
I
last
said,
minute.
like
You
there's
got your stuff
definitely
right
more
away.
in the future. And you'll
Yeah.
get to see, like the highlight reel that's put out after the event. Hopefully that'll encourage
Okay.
you to get your tickets ASAP when we drop the date for the next event.
Exactly. Get those tickets as soon as possible, sooner than later. So,
Definitely.
all right, you guys, it was great having you again, Laurence. I appreciate you for coming on. You guys, make sure that you tune in for future events, and then also shop Black luxury, because Black is luxury. I had some before we go, I had wine glasses that said something about luxury before that I had made like a couple years into me being a winemaker. It was something about luxury, but it was about Black luxury. I'm gonna find them and send them
You
to
have to
you.
find it. Then
I
send
have
me
some
the picture of
still.
the dress too. Cause it's like I kind of remember it,
I'm
but
gonna
it's
send
like
you the dress, and I'm gonna find them wine glasses. They packed up somewhere because I had made a bunch of them when I used to think I was a cricket connoisseur. When I thought I was a cricket connoisseur, I was making crickets and taking the cricket thing and sticking the stickers on the glasses and stuff. Never again. Wouldn't be me. Won't be me. Won't be me. If I can't buy it, it ain't happening. But thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Tune in next weekend. I said next week. Next week, Wednesday at 7 o'clock. I'll be announcing my guest sometime this week. Won't be tonight. I have a surprise for you guys. But all righty. Thank you, Laurence.
All right, no problem. Thank you so much.